Mind driver, please board passengers here at Weston-super-Mare and set up the train ready for your booked departure of 11:10. This is the service to Bristol Parkway, but you're going as far as Bristol. Temple Meads, press F1 for your briefing. So open the doors with T. Insert the master key, reverse it to neutral, AWS, reset, DRA off, your cab light, destination light, day, instrument light, go to the rear cab, set tail lights. So this scenario is called 2 Delta 10 1110 Weston-super-Mare to Bristol Parkway. Morning, book passengers here at Weston-super-Mare and set up your train for departure at 11:10. Then call all stations to Bristol Temple Meads, where the driver will take over, year 2010. So we're calling at Weston-super-Mare, Weston Milton, Wales, Yatton, Nelson and Backwell, Parsons Street, Bedminster, Bristol Temple Meads. For your taillights, which I already did. So wait for departure away from Weston-super-Mare. So departing Weston-super-Mare, speed limit is 25 miles an hour. Next stop is Weston Milton in about a mile. So we're currently in unit 142-001. I think you set the destination to Bristol, so Barry, Bishop Auckland, Regent, Bristol. Yes, we're in everyone's favourite train, the Pacer. Built as a stopgap by British Rail during the 1980s, wasn't really much of a stopgap as it was a more permanent bit of rolling stock that lasted more than 35 years. So yeah, they entered service in 1995 and withdrawn in 2020. Well, 2021. No, 2020. Well, another ones were withdrawn in 2020, which I Jeff Marshall recently did a video in 2021 where the pace has been withdrawn. So yeah, 1985 to 2021. Weston Milton is coming up right now, ish. So we're in the brand new Southwestern Expressways, revamped to Reading, which released yesterday. So yesterday, the 1st of June, 2021. And I haven't driven it yet. This is my first-ish drive. Technically, this is my second drive because I had to test the scenario first. So this is my second drive of the route. And it runs really well, getting like 27, 28 FPS. So this is Weston Milton. So aiming to stop where the shelter is. Okay, next stop is Whirl in Mad Mile. Oh yeah, when we left Weston-super-Mare, we did have a cautionary aspect, so signal yellow, which means the next signal will be at danger. Because we're waiting for a Voyager to pass us, or a Voyager to overtake before we join the main line. Which will be coming up right about now-ish. Yeah, the thing about the Pacers that I have is that they have really good brakes. There's one in step 2 when we're dropping speed like a brick. So bigger speed about 5 miles an hour just so we can crawl up to the signal. So yeah, yesterday, so the 1st of June, I was offered a brand new job at Take Payments in Stockport, which is really cool. So the way I got the job was because the employer was so torn between me and the other candidate. It's for a customer service assistant role with Take Payments using WordPress. So the candidate was so torn between the candidate who got the original job and me. But he decided to go to his directors and try and find the budget for another similar role. So for the original job, I was turned down for it because of reasons. But the employer liked me so much that he decided to try and find me a different job to do, which is really cool. So it should start on the 7th of June, so next week. Before you ask about salary, it's £20,000. So 20 with 3 zeros on the end. Per year. Imagine it was per month, imagine getting 20 grand a month. That would be amazing. So no other single aspects, we can now proceed onto the up main towards Bristol. This means also cleared into Whirl as well. Whirl station. It is Whirl Junction. Line to the right joins from Taunton and Penzance. You know, because Weston-super-Mare is on a loop. There's 150 waiting for a path into Weston-super-Mare to Charlie 71. So if you want to download this for yourself, a link to LCS will be in the description. You're able to download this for yourself, assuming you have the requirements. And when it's obviously, been approved. Coming to Whirl, aiming to start by the footbridge. So arrival into Whirl. Okay, next stop is Yatton, in about 3.5 miles. There's a shed, if you want to fill water yard near Taunton. That's why his max speed is 60 and not 100. So yeah, that's Southwestern Expressways. It originally came out many years ago as the original route from Exeter to Bristol and Pusey. Pusey? I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't very good. It's like a original Puja route. But recently JT have been streaming the revamping of this route. I don't know why they picked this route, not like something brand new. But yeah, it looks a lot better than the original. Yeah, Alan Thompson, he was shooting this last night, and the fact that the scenery keeps repeating itself, because the scenery in Reading looks exactly the same as the scenery in Taunton, it drove him coy. Yeah, it is one criticism, because he also said that this looks too much like the Midland Main Line, which was also made by JT. I guess it's not really JT's fault, because JT can only use so much in terms of assets. But yeah, it does look a lot better than the original. Yeah, painted, they have a maximum speed of 75 miles an hour, and they're particularly known for being very, very bouncy, because if you look down here, you can hear me, instead of having 4 axles per body, they have 2 wheels. Because the design behind the Pacer is that they're like a freight wagon chassis with a bus body. You know, because in the 1980s, BR didn't have a lot of money for new stock, so they just bought a bunch of cheap trains to run them. And then find better stock later. Which never happened, which is why Pacers were still in use 30 years later. There's a Voyager to Paynton, 1 Victor 47. Coming up on Yatton. Southwestern Expressways, in terms of scenario potential, it has massive scenario potential because it's set in 2010. You know, before the modernisation, like, it has Old Reading, it has unelectrified lines. You can do passenger, you can do freight, you can do railroads, you can do mail. I'm sure by price will be very happy with this. Like, doing Res 47s everywhere. Arrival into Yatton. Okay, next stop is Nelson and Backwell in about 3.75 miles. So I have Nelson and Backwell, Parsons Street, Bedminster, and Bristol Temple Meads. So not long left. So Bristol Temple Meads is... Oh, the F1 thing isn't working again. I hate it when it does that. So yeah, Nathan Blackwell. I'm pretty sure it's the closest railway station to... I think it's Bristol International Airport. Okay, I guess it would be a lot easier to just go from Bristol Temple Meads to the airport in a coach. You know, I did read on the internet that the council, the Bristol Council, whatever they're called, they're planning on like a rail extension to the airport. It's really cool. You could just go to like Paddington to Bristol Airport, or like Bristol Temple Meads to the airport, like a shuttle, using a 153. Well, haven't GTW's 153s gone to Northern, then to ScotRail? So the rail running really smoothly. At the moment I'm getting like 30 FPS. I'll get more FPS, but I kept train sim at 30 because train sim runs at 30. If train sim runs at 30 FPS and OBS runs at 30 FPS, the video should look a lot smoother, not like jittery. So if you want to download the route, it's currently available on JustTrains, its website. If you have the original route, you have a discount of $21.99. If you want to buy a brand new, so if you didn't have the original, it's available for $29.99. So for $29.99, you get the entire route from Exeter St David's to Reading via Westbury and Tuesday. You also get Exeter St David's to Bristol Temple Meads and onwards through Bathbar to Chippenham. So you get over 200 miles, so over 200 miles of track for 30 quid, which I think is really value for money, because revamping over 200 miles of track must take a really long time and a lot of work. After coming up on Mersey. Now coming up on Nelson Backwell Station. I think for route devs, I think they can accomplish like 2 miles a day. Because if you imagine all the scenery that goes into 2 miles, yeah, route building is very slow. Not like scenario creation. Scenario creation takes like a few hours. Unless it's Waterloo. If you're doing Waterloo, then just fuck Waterloo. Too busy. So I think the right stopping point is by this footbridge. Yeah, I'm not actually sure where the entrance is with this. Okay, next up is Parson Street. Oh yeah, I should also mention that AP have updated weather enhancement. So if you just re-download the weather enhancement from AP, it will apply to the route. It will apply to the route with weather communications. I would have done a weather communication, but the AP 142, yeah, even if it rains a little, you just get wheel slip no matter what. I think it's something to do with 64-bit or something like that. I hope AP update the Pacer. Like, scripting wise. But I think the Pacer is one of AP's older products. Because it doesn't even have a working NRN. So you have Parson Street, Bedminster and Bristol Temple Meads. Pacer from Bristol Parkway to Weston-super-Mare to Yankee 14. Oh yeah, I'm also using the Major Wheels revamp for the 142. I think the latest update, it adds like dynamic numbering to the train. So if you put a number into the DMS or driving mode standard, it will automatically apply to the DMSL as well, the one with the toilet. It also makes destination lines roll to a destination on the AI trains too. I wonder what the chances are if AP were working the 142. Probably slim. I'm pretty sure AP have better things to do than revamping on Donkey. Weston Street is in 3 miles. Hopefully we should get up to 75. Oh, fuck's sake. Okay, interesting thing about Pacer is that if you open the second man's driver's window, you can actually hear the everywhere go off from the outside. You don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. Hopefully we haven't lost too much time. June Parson Street at 11:37. Yeah, we're late. Well, I blame the Borgia. want something more Mancunian or like northern than a pacer. Yeah, I wonder how Londoners would feel if 142s operating on the gospel of the barking line instead of 150s. Like, you have a 150 bouncing around towards Tottenham, like 142s in Scotland. Just hop on a pacer to Glenroth. Glenroth? How do I pronounce it? Or a pacer to Kirkcaldy. Or imagine a pacer to Thurso, or a pacer to Thurso or Inverness. Like bouncing around on the West Highland line. On the left is Bristol Freightliner Terminal, which doesn't really have a logo on it. It doesn't even have a lifting jack to lift containers onto the container flats. And to the left joins from Portbury, coal terminal thing. Coming into Parsing Street, aiming to stop at the end of the platform where the footbridge is, to the street level. Arriving into Parsing Street. So passing street speed limit is 90, and we have less than a mile to next stop, which is Bedminster. We're also renting a coal train going to Rugeley. Because this is set in 2010, which was before Rugeley closed. Yeah, it's not all the time you get to rent a freight train on you. So Bedminster should be just beyond the next signal. Currently, Bedminster aiming to stop towards the front of the platform because that's where the exit is. So arriving into Bedminster. Passengers noticed a broken window on one of the coaches. Control has ordered the train to terminate short at Bristol Temple Meads and await further instructions there. So looks like we're terminating short at Bristol Temple Meads, which is coming up in less than a mile. Also, speed limit goes down to 25 just as we leave the station. There will be a frame rate drop as trains seem trying to load in Temple Meads. So the freight train will wait there for us to pass, and they will pass through and head north towards Rugeley. There's a Voyager from Newcastle to Plymouth. Yep, very busy in Bristol. This is Bristol West Junction. That line going off to the right goes towards St. Clement's Marsh Depot, used by Fiscal Weston. That's a tight curve. Yeah, good old pace of flange. So stopping in platform 3. So arrival into Bristol Temple Meads, where the train terminates. So brake to step 3, DRA on, reverser off, master key out, headlights to tail, destination light off, light panel off. Put the blind to light service. Now that all the passengers have alighted, control has given us a path to the end of the smash. So the unit can be repaired. Switch carburetor and step up Bedminster wash road so you can shun into the depot. Power, please. Okay, don't open there. Okay, so if you're starting from platform 3, how are you supposed to know what the next signal is? Because there's no repeater. gonna gently approach the signal. Because I don't know what aspect it's displaying. A clear aspect. And we do have a path into the wash road. So just now, what would have been a... Yeah, so again. So if you did notice like an awkward cut, it's because there's kind of an AI collision with one of the two sprinter units in the station. So I had to fix that and retry the scenario. And then I derailed one here for some stupid reason. So the other scenario is being a pain in the ass. There's a Voyager going north. There's a coaching we saw earlier. What the fuck? I have multiple questions about this. Because that junction was set for me. I know I'm going backwards infinitely. Right, what I think I'll do, I'll just cut the scenario back to Temple Meads and just cut out the bit towards St. Philip's Marsh. So why does train sim have to be such a bitch? Anyway, I'll go edit the scenario so it actually works. So thank you all for watching. Like the video if you're so inclined. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more train sim content. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.
We built this place from all